Throughout history, priceless works of art have been stolen in ways that seem straight out of a Hollywood action. From the shocking theft of the Mona Lisa to a golden toilet disappearing from Blenheim Palace, these art crimes are more thrilling than any novel. In this video, we explore 10 of the most audacious art heists in history, robberies so bold they left the art world stunned, and many of the stolen treasures remain missing. National Museum of Religious Art, Paraguay, 2002. In 2002, the National Art Museum in Asunción, Paraguay organized a grand exhibition. This significant event attracted the attention of art enthusiasts, but also caught the eye of a criminal gang. While the city of Asunción was buzzing with the art event, a group of individuals claiming to be businessmen quietly rented an empty store, only 25 meters away from the museum. At first glance, this action seemed completely normal, until a shocking secret hidden beneath was discovered. For 2 months straight, this gang secretly dug a tunnel right below the store, leading directly to the museum. On a dark night, they infiltrated the museum and stole 12 valuable paintings, including masterpieces like Self-Portrait by Tintoretto, Head of a Woman by Adam Pius, Landscape by Gustave Courbet, and Virgin Mary and Jesus by Esteban Murillo. This audacious theft left Paraguay authorities stunned. The police were perplexed by the cunningness of the criminals and couldn't find any leads. 6 years later, the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, unexpectedly discovered one of the stolen paintings at a night market in Argentina. However, the remaining 11 artworks remain elusive to this day. The criminal gang from years ago still evades the law and is likely enjoying a luxurious life somewhere in the world. Blenham Palace, Oxfordshire, 2019. Maurizio Cattelan, an Italian artist famous for his satirical artworks, brought his first solo exhibition to Blenheim Palace, United Kingdom, in 2019. Among his unique artworks, America, a functioning golden toilet, attracted special attention. This artwork was once offered by Cattelan as a gift to former U.S. President Donald Trump. However, just after one night on display in the restroom once used by British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, the toilet mysteriously disappeared. The prime suspect was none other than Maurizio Cattelan himself, known for his daring pranks. Despite Cattelan's vehement denial, the public couldn't help but be skeptical. The $3.5 million toilet vanished, as if it had never existed. Cattelan believes that America will never be found, and perhaps it has now been melted down into a solid gold bar. National Museum of Stockholm, 2000. In the year 2000, the National Museum of Stockholm suddenly became the center of a daring robbery. 3 robbers wearing masks, armed with machine guns and rifles, stormed into the museum, overpowering the security forces. At the same time, 2 bombs exploded at different locations in the city, leaving the Stockholm police unable to intervene. The robbers quickly escaped with their loot, which included artworks worth $36 million, including Rembrandt's Self-Portrait and Renoir's Portrait of a Young Girl in Paris, and Conversation. The distinctive feature of this theft was the audacious escape plan, with a motorboat waiting right outside the museum. However, within a month, 10 members of the gang were apprehended. After nearly 20 years of pursuit, the police have recovered all the stolen paintings. Museum Isabella, Stewart, Gardner, Boston, 1990. More than 30 years have passed since the audacious theft at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in the United States. On that fateful night, 2 thieves disguised as police officers casually entered the museum and disappeared with 13 artworks, worth over $500 million in total. The absence of masterpieces by Rembrandt, Johannes Vermeer, Edouard Manet, and Edgar Degas has left glaring gaps on the once radiant walls. The FBI has followed countless leads, many of which have led to notorious criminal organizations. But as time goes by, many suspects have passed away, while the case remains shrouded in mystery. To this day, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum persists in the pursuit of justice. The security footage of the theft has been widely released, along with a hefty reward of $10 million for anyone who provides information to recover the stolen 13 artworks. National Museum of Art, Architecture and Design, Oslo, 1994. On May 7, 1994, the National Museum of Oslo welcomed uninvited guests. Two thieves with a cunning plan sneaked into the museum in the dark of night. Wanting to avoid making any noise, they silently climbed a ladder to a window, shattered the glass, and infiltrated inside. Their target was only one painting, The Scream, by Edvard Munch, a symbol of modern art. With careful preparation, they used a pair of pliers to quickly cut the painting's security wires. In less than a minute, they vanished along with the priceless treasure. Before leaving, they left a mocking message: "Thanks for the poor security." The theft shocked public opinion in Norway, raising questions about the museum's lax security system. The police immediately launched an investigation, determined to recover the stolen painting. Fortunately, after only 3 months, 4 suspects were caught. Paul Enger, the leader of the gang and an experienced thief specializing in Munch's works, was sentenced to 6 years in prison. The Scream painting was found in a hotel room in Oslo, Norway. Munch Museum, Oslo, 2004. 15 years after the infamous Scream theft that shook the world, the Munch Museum became the target of audacious thieves. This time, they aimed for both the Scream and another artwork by Edvard Munch, Madonna. No longer relying on the cover of darkness, the robbers decided to act in broad daylight. 2 men disguised themselves as ordinary tourists, wearing hats to blend in with the crowd of museum visitors. They even hired a private tour guide to easily access their target. As they approached the 2 paintings, one of the men unexpectedly pulled out a gun, pointing it directly at the tour guide and an unarmed security guard. Amidst the chaotic scene, they hastily removed the Scream and Madonna from the wall. Unlike the 1994 theft, this time the robbers had planned their escape more meticulously. They forced Thomas Natas, an innocent tour bus driver, to transport them and the stolen paintings. Natas unwittingly became an accomplice in this audacious theft. For a month, the paintings were hidden on Natas's bus until they were eventually moved elsewhere. Norwegian police quickly launched an investigation, arresting 6 suspects, including Natas. However, only 3 individuals were directly convicted of participating in the theft: Petter Tharaldson, Bjorn Hoen, and Petter Roseving. All 3 were sentenced to 8 years in prison. After 2 years of intense searching, in 2006, Norwegian police found the 2 stolen paintings somewhere in the Oslo area. However, it was discovered that both the Scream and Madonna had suffered severe damage during the time they were stolen. Greenwald, Dresden, 2019. On the morning of November 25, 2019, the city of Dresden, Germany, woke up in shock with a daring theft at the Green Vault, a renowned treasure museum located within the Royal Palace grounds. 2 audacious thieves, whose identities remain unknown to this day, broke into the Green Vault by sneaking through a security-reinforced window. It is worth noting that this window was previously considered impregnable. The police summoned 4 security guards for questioning in order to clarify this suspicion. Determined to track down the stolen jewelry, German authorities have offered a reward of up to 500,000 euros for anyone who provides useful information. The theft at the Green Vault was meticulously planned in advance. When they struck, the thieves cut off the power in a nearby area, disabling the museum's sophisticated alarm system. They then used a pickaxe to smash the glass door, stormed inside, and made off with nearly 100 valuable pieces of jewelry dating back to the 18th century. These treasures, once belonging to the Saxon kings, are estimated to be worth over $1 billion. What's more, these jewelry items were not insured, making the damage even more severe. Recently, some of the stolen items from the Green Vault unexpectedly appeared on the dark web, a dark corner of the internet where illicit activities take place. The priceless cultural heritage being sold on black market websites is something that the Dresden royal palace never wanted to witness. The only clue left behind by the thieves is a burnt-out Audi S6 found in a parking lot, believed to be their getaway vehicle. National Exhibition Centre of London, 1961. In 1961, the authorities in England were shocked by the theft of the painting Portrait of the Duke of Wellington by the artist Goya from the National Gallery in London. Numerous theories were put forward, but no one suspected that the culprit was an ordinary and unbelievable man. Kempton Bunton, a retired bus driver. Kempton carried out the audacious theft by sneaking into the men's restroom of the gallery and climbing through the window. After succeeding, he began sending letters to the police, similar to how the notorious murderer Jack the Ripper had done. In the letters, Bunton provided updates on the painting's condition and made his demands. Surprisingly, Bunton did not ask for a ransom. His sole purpose was to pressure the government into providing free television for the poor. After some time, Bunton decided to return the painting. Fearing arrest, he sent a consignment baggage receipt to the office of the Daily Mirror newspaper. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, the Daily Mirror alerted the police. The police quickly arrived at New Street Station and found the painting Portrait of the Duke of Wellington without its frame. Despite returning the painting, Bunton was plagued by guilt and remorse. Eventually, he decided to surrender to the police in 1965. Museum of Modern Art Paris, 2010. In 2010, Paris was shaken by a theft of paintings at the Museum of Modern Art. The mastermind behind it was Vieron Tomic, a thief known as Spider-Man for his exceptional climbing abilities. Taking advantage of the museum's alarm system being under repair, Tomic broke in and stole 5 valuable paintings. Initially, Tomic's target was Fernand Léger's painting Still Life with Candlestick. However, realizing that his actions went unnoticed, he decided to take 4 more paintings, including Georges Braque's Olive Tree near L'Estaque, Modigliani's Woman with a Fan, Pablo Picasso's Dove with Green Peas, and Henri Matisse's Portrait of a Woman. The total value of the stolen paintings amounted to $112 million. Although he successfully escaped, Tomic was arrested a year later. The police also apprehended his 2 accomplices, Jean-Michel Corvez, an art dealer, and Jonathan Pearl, a Parisian watchmaker. According to their testimonies, Corvez had hidden the paintings in Pearl's workshop. Pearl claimed to have destroyed the paintings, but many believe that they may still be intact. All 3 thieves were sentenced to 6 to 8 years in prison. However, the fate of the stolen paintings remains unknown. Louvre Museum, Paris, 1911. The painting Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, currently exhibited at the Louvre Museum in Paris, is one of the most famous works of art in the world. But few know that it was a daring theft in 1911 that contributed to making Mona Lisa a global cultural icon. The culprit was Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian handyman working at the Louvre Museum, who was tasked with constructing protective glass cases for the paintings. Peruggia conceived the idea of stealing the Mona Lisa. He secretly hid in a cabinet until the museum closed. The next morning, Peruggia calmly walked out of the Louvre with the painting concealed under his coat. The disappearance of the Mona Lisa caused shockwaves throughout France. The people of Paris flocked to the museum, mournfully gazing at the empty space on the wall where Mona Lisa had once hung. The theft became a national disgrace. 2 years later, Peruggia was arrested while trying to sell the Mona Lisa to an art dealer in Florence. The dealer promptly alerted the police and returned the painting to the French authorities. Although Peruggia's plan to bring the Mona Lisa back to his homeland failed, his actions inadvertently made the painting famous worldwide. The absence of Mona Lisa for 2 years only heightened the public's curiosity and desire to admire this masterpiece.